Hello, friends. Tom Chapin here. Welcome to this evening's concert. It's going to be kind of an autobiographical one in the sense that we're going to do some songs that I wrote about my family and about myself and my mom and my dad and my brothers, and put them in some kind of order. But let's start with this one, which is a pretty recent song, but it tells about what I do. It's on the new Hold Our Ground CD. I wrote it with Chapin. Tighten that up a little bit. If you listen close, I'll share a thought or two about who I am and what I'm trying to do. I have come to toss some words up in the air with a tune to float and fly them to your ear. I am not a savior sent here from on high. I am just a sinner trying to get by. I'm not a messenger from some far distant star, just a poet with an old guitar. And I am no magician who makes things disappear, but I can cast a spell to calm your doubt and fear. Listen to the sky when the night is clear. Hear what the ancients call the music of the spheres. Ooh, 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 ooh. Listen close, there's magic in the air. Hear the notes flying, flying everywhere. It's an ancient art as old as humankind. Sing your song, then move on down the line. And I am not a preacher calling judgment down. I am just a troubadour traveling town to town. I'm not a sorcerer with potions rare and strong, just an old musician trying to get along. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm no therapist to heal your hurting soul, just another traveler on the open road, standing on a stage with methods tried and true. Open up your heart, let the music through, and listen close, there's magic in the air. Hear the notes flying, flying everywhere. It's an ancient art as old as humankind. Sing your song and move on down the line. Sing a song and move on down the line. I'll sing my song and move on down the line. Ooh, 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 ooh. One more time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I've been singing songs and moving on down the line for a long time. We started at age 12, I think I started playing guitar, and that's over 60-something years ago. But let's do a song I wrote about my mom. I was talking to Chapin. No, actually, this I did it by myself. It's my mother was an artist. She did a whole lot of embroidery and work. Here's one of her pieces right here. You'll see a little bit of it called Circle. It's wonderful. It's like painting with fabric, and she did her whole life while she was doing all kinds of other stuff. And here's a song I wrote, and I had the lyric for a while. Shared it with my brother Steve, and he thought, well, I'm not sure that's the way I would say it, but okay, if you want to say it that way. And then I couldn't come up with a melody, so I sent it to John Colbert, my wonderful piano player. And he wrote this beautiful melody. It goes like this. My mother was an artist. My mother is an artist. Been one all her life. While she was busy being daughter, sister, mother, were her wife. But her quiet eyes kept watch all through every hard work day, till she found the time to shape the world her way. Life's not what it should be. You learn that early on, when you're the eldest daughter of a marriage that goes wrong. But through 80 years, through all the tears for loved ones who have died, she's held on to the artist there inside. And when we'd wound ourselves as children sometimes do, she's the one who we all run home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek approval in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. A family is a lonely ship that we are thrust into. She had 6 boys, a joyful noise, but what a rowdy crew. But sewing was a refuge, quiet in the storm, a secret place that somehow kept her warm. She'd take a piece of fabric, she'd pin it on the wall. Colors, shapes, and patterns, she would use them all. A small idea to build upon, to carry through each day, till home at night to make her art her way. And though we've moved away as children someday do, she's the one who we all come home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. My mother was an artist, and I'm an artist's son. And when things get a little rough, I think what she has done. I try to keep a watch all through another hard work day, till I find the time to shape the world my way. And though I've moved away as children someday do, she's the one who we all come home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. She died at 95. Elspeth Burke Hart Chapin Hart. Elspeth. And her great-granddaughter is Elspeth now, who's 7 years old. Elspeth Esther Chapin Lee. Cool. So here's a song I wrote about my dad with Cy Khan. My dad and my mom were very young when they got married. They had 4 boys real quick, and Dad was a jazz drummer. And when I was 3, they divorced because he was on the road so much and just not your normal dad being home, on the weekend and stuff. He was on the road on the weekend, and in fact on the road all the time, playing the big bands and stuff. And a wonderful guy, and he was like a favorite uncle, but not your normal dad. So I was talking to my friend Cy about it, and he came up with this idea. I knew there were other ways to live, but they were not for you. You did what you'd always done, you did what you had to do. Way back when I was just a kid, I could plainly see that's just the way it was. You would not be there for me. These days I understand, these days it's alright with me. I've forgotten and forgiven how hard it used to be when you were always gone, when you were always gone. I tried to live my own life and still sing your song. I thought I'd do what you did right and just avoid the wrong. But now with children of my own, there's no way I can see how much I missed from you, how much you missed from me. These days I understand, these days it's alright with me. I've forgotten and forgiven how hard it used to be when you were always gone, when you were always gone, always moving on. Sometimes sing the blues. I try to make it all make sense. I try to pick and choose. I've tried to walk a different path. I think I've really grown these days. I think I've learned from your mistakes until I make my own. These days I understand. These days I know it's true. Now that you're growing old, I cannot always be there for you. Now that I am always gone, now that I'm always gone, always moving on. These days I understand, these days I understand, these days I understand, whoa, whoa, whoa. These days I understand, these days I understand you. A little bit like Cats in the Cradle, isn't it? And then it's kind of funny, I hadn't thought of that before. That's Papa Jim. Several songs I wrote about him. But here's a song that we got into music early on, and here's a little history lesson from about the Chapin boys. Greenwich House Music School, I was 7 years of age, fighting with the little notes all swimming on a page. Squeaking, squawking clarinet, I hated, truth to tell. I still can't play 5 years of music lessons shot to hell. But I learned to read a melody. If in my mother's plans for me, put the boys in the choir. Take 'em off the street. If they're singing in church, then they're off the concrete. Put the boys in the choir, make a joyful noise. Turn these happy hoodlums into choir boys. Grace Church, Brooklyn Heights, my mother dragged me in to see. And McKittrick choir director waiting there for me. Auditioning at 8 years old and scared as I could be. But I could sing the notes she played and read a melody. I must have done alright, 'cause that Friday night she put the boy in the choir. Took him off the street. If he's singing in church, then he's off the concrete. Put the boys in the choir, make a joyful noise. Turn these happy hoodlums into choir boys. Miss McKittrick took these tough young boys from the neighborhood. Lutheran, Catholic, Baptist, Jew, if you could sing then you were good. 4 days a week she'd hold our heathen feet to the fire. She made the crime rate lower and our voices higher. She put the boys in the choir, took 'em off the street. If they're singing in church, then they're off the concrete. Put the boys in the choir, make a joyful noise. Turn these happy hoodlums into choir boys. Tonight I'm sitting out at my home, I'm lining out a song. Let the music lift our spirits, singing right from wrong. Miss McKittrick smiling as I dance upon the wire. All these long years later, I'm still singing in the choir. And if you can hold a melody and you can sing with me, put the boys in the choir. Take 'em off the street. If they're singing in church, then they're off the concrete. Put the boys in the choir. Put the boys in the choir. Make a joyful noise. Make a joyful noise. Turn these happy hoodlums into choir boys. Turn these happy hoodlums into choir boys. And she did. It took Steve and me, at least. Harry was never in the choir, but Steve and I did it for years and years until we went off to college. Even when our voices changed, we started singing alto, or I never quite got up to the tenor high. I was kind of a baritone, as I still am. I was pretty high, good tenor early on, but my voice has gotten darker and darker. And here's a song that I told Cy Khan about us learning and hearing the Weavers, that incredible folk group, record called The Weavers at Carnegie Hall. Some of you heard me talk about this. And 1955 concert that was, they'd gotten back, first time they played a big hall since they were blacklisted by HUAC, by the House Un-American Activities Committee, for about almost 10 years. And but they that kind of calmed down a little bit. And their manager said, "I think it's time." And so he hired. They rented the Carnegie Hall and sold out in 2 hours, I've heard. And they luckily recorded that concert. And the Chapin brothers listened to it all summer long. And Harry, at the end of the summer, said, "We could do that," and we did. I did not learn this music at my grandma's knee, but from some old musicians I never got to see. And I know them by their records, their voices, and their songs. I'm blessed to be with you tonight, to pass the music on. For the good times and the high times, through the suffering and pain, it's a song of generations singing in my veins. I still hear that old time music of good friends now long gone. I am here tonight to pass the music on. Well, you know I'm not traditional and I've never claimed to be, but I come from a tradition that others made for me. They're still alive inside my heart, although they're now long gone. I like to think they trusted me to pass the music on. For the good times and the high times, through the suffering and pain, it's the song of generations singing in my veins. I still hear that old time music of good friends now long gone. I am here tonight to pass the music on. And most of the songs we've got tonight, I must admit, we wrote. Others I've learned heart to heart instead of note by note. And now as I grow older and new folk come along, I'll help you out the best I can to pass the music on. Yeah. Well, I've sung these songs to some old friends I never will forget, and I've sung them with an audience of folks I've hardly met. So here we are together to celebrate the song. We'll sing and play our part tonight and pass the music on. For the good times and the high times, through the suffering and pain. For the good times and the high times, through the suffering and pain. The song of generations, it's a song of generations singing in my veins. I still hear that old time music of good friends now long gone. I am here tonight to pass the music on. I am here tonight to pass the music on. We are here tonight to pass the music on. It's a song that really applies so many times in so many different places. Good job, Cy. Good job we did on that song. Let me put this away. Let's see. Well, one of the major things that happened in my life, of course, is I got married. Fell in love and got married to my wife, Bonnie. And here's an old song. Might be from the first album. The first album was 76, and we got married that year. This is called Song for Bonnie. Questions, all these questions I'm tired of answers to. tired of running on my own. I just wanna be with you. Reason, we got reason. Reasons high and low. Words are made for twisting. They take you where you wanna go. And I've been downhearted, been up like the sun in the morning when my darkest night is done. And your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind, hoping that you'll want me. I need for you to need me. Hope that you will love me one more time, and I'll be fine. I still remember thinking that love is a TV dream, has nothing to do with people, nothing to do with me. But I've been downhearted, been up like the sun in the morning when my bad dreams on the run. And your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind. I hope that you will love me one more time. Hold me. Don't you need someone to hold when loneliness is right outside and the wind is blowing cold? Ooh. Changing, we are changing, even when we're standing still. I don't expect you to stay the same, but I'm hoping that you will. Your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind, hoping that you'll want me. I need for you to need me. Hope that you will love me one more time, and I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's a sweet song for a sweet lady. Let's see what key are we in here. This is well, around that time, Brother Harry was firing and got his first record contract, and then got Taxi was a big hit, and so I wrote a song about him. This is at the end of, I think, my first album. And I remember my brother Steve. Steve and Harry came and heard the final mixes. You know, you do it in the studio. Come in, listen with the good speakers and stuff. We listened to the whole album. And Steve says, "Oh, how about that last song? You like that last song, Harry?" And Harry goes, "Yeah, yeah." Hey, it's about you. So. Well, I dreamed I saw you at the end of the rainbow. Years behind, a young boy started his journey to the sun. And I watched you walking there, out on the headlines, into yourself, thinking about number one. Hold your hand out, hear her whisper. She wants to know when you'll be coming home. Watch the circle, life is like that. Turn around and you might be alone. Well, they love you in the shadow of a melody. Afternoons they waited for you standing in the rain, and you call her every night with a prayer and a promise. But hard as you try, nothing stays the same. Hold your hand out, hear her whisper. She wants to know when you'll be coming home. Watch the circle, life is like that. Turn around and you might be alone. Walk a straight line, try and keep your balance. Live each day the strongest you know how. You may never know the answer to the question, what is it worth? Who listens anyhow? So you put your head down and drive into tomorrow. Working harder's the answer for a young man on the run. And I watch you walking there out on the headlines, into yourself thinking about number one. Hold her hand out, hear her whisper. She wants to know when you'll be coming home. Watch the circle, life is like that. Turn around and you might be alone. Watch the circle, life is like that. Turn around and you might be alone. Number one. Well, along about this time, of course, I was doing Make-A-Wish and playing a lot of guitar. Middle 70s. I know the bad man ballads, work songs and hollers too. I learned the shouts and breakdowns. I lived the highway blues. From Portland East to Portland West to Chi-Town, Illinois. Somewhere in every music man there is the endless boy. I'm a guitar child, that's the thing, made of wood and steel and string. Strike a chord, let it ring. I am a guitar child. It was Lomax, Brooks, and Guthrie, and Pete Seeger that taught me. Hughley Ledbetter's 12-string, Reverend Gary's ragtime jubilee. Robert Chet, Maybell, Big Bill Brunsey showed the way. Here I am still trying to find something new to say. I'm a guitar child, that's the thing, made of wood and steel and string. Strike a chord, let it ring. I am a guitar child. It's a hard life for the kids and wife when they're the ones to stay. While I'm singing songs about myself 1,000 miles away. I was born into music. It's become the family thing. Chasing rhyme and melody and dancing on a string. Been down every interstate of many a dusty road. Folks like me do not retire. We just reload. I'm a guitar child. That's the thing. Made of wood and steel and string. Strike a chord, let it ring. I have a guitar, yes, a guitar. I am a guitar child. Guitar child. Yep, it's true. A traveling guitar child. Let's see. I'm looking for a lyric that's in the wrong place here. Let's see. See if I can remember the words by myself. Wrote it with Saigon. The house is so quiet at the start of the day. The air is so still, the sky is so gray. The bed is still warm as I slide to the floor. Turn for a moment and kiss you once more. It's time to be leaving, but what can I do? It's hard on the kids, it's hardest on you. And though I don't show it, I know that it's true. This coming and going is hardest on you. Shower and shave quick and quiet as I can. Load up my gear in the back of the van. I forgot the words. I'm sad to be leaving, but what can I do? It's hard on the kids, it's hardest on you. And though I don't show it, I know that it's true. This coming and going is hardest on you. Tonight I'll be there. I'm feeling the pressure of traveling alone, between making a living and making a home. While I hear the music that flies through the air, you hear the silence that says, I'm not there. And when I come home, we'll be lovers and friends, both knowing that soon I'll be leaving again. And though I don't show it, I know that's true. This coming and going is hardest on you. This coming and going is hardest on you. Yeah. Bit of truth to a lot of folks who had traveling people, traveling workers. And in fact, another one of those is this one. How many nights have found me here like this night? I turn to the wheel, a song on the radio. Raindrops fall and shatter in the headlights. How many nights? I don't want to know. Hearts on the road, so far from home. Somebody somewhere waits for you, but you're rolling hard tonight down some endless line of way, with the headlights and the red lights and the blues. Hearts on the road. Someday I will make a map of my life, of where I've been and all that I've been through, and I will place you right here in the heartland, and every line will lead away, then lead back to you. Hearts on the road, so far from home. Somebody somewhere waits for you, but you're rolling hard tonight down some endless line of way, with the headlights and the red lights and the blues. Hearts on the road. Hello again, I'm leaving. Goodbye, I'm coming home. But I need to know that you were there when I'm out here on my own. And I ain't no fallen angel, no hero in a hurricane, just a lonesome traveler late at night, driving through the rain. And my heart's on the road, so far from home. With every sweet, sad song I think of you. All alone in bed tonight, are you wondering if I'm alright? With the headlights and the red lights and the blues. Hearts on the road. Hearts on the road. Hello again, I'm leaving. Goodbye, I'm coming home. Hello again, I'm leaving. Hearts on the road. Yeah. Let's see. Long about this time, my brother Harry was killed, and then my brother James died, and wrote a song for him. Let me see, for them both actually. There it is. I simply scroll down here. Let's see if I have this here. A piece of quilt is torn away to be repaired but not replaced, and yet it still extends its warmth along around this family. Let me start this again. Brother James had a had a really wide circle of friends. He got his doctorate and was very involved in the political stuff in New York City. And it was an amazing event at Cooper Union, the wonderful historic place in Manhattan where President Lincoln spoke before his presidency. And I wrote this with Cy Khan. A piece of quilt is torn away to be repaired but not replaced, and yet it still extends its warmth around this family. My older brother died too young, a shooting star across the skies. Yet every song he wrote and sung lives on in you and me. Lamentation to those who now are gone. Celebration in us they carry on. My older brother died too young, a shooting star across the skies. Yet every song he wrote and sung lives on in you and me. Let me get the real words here, because this is necessary. I'm not sure what I did with them all. I have this list of things here. Number one. Nope. And let me get my glasses and see what's going on. Here it is. Ah, good. I want to do it justice. It's a song I for a long time, couldn't sing without getting teary. But it's... I'll start it again.
Call from Jessica Chapin.
That's Jessica Bond. Call her back. The phones are happening. Everything's happening here. All right, here we go. A piece of quilt is torn away to be repaired but not replaced, and yet it still extends its warmth around this family. My older brother died too young, a shooting star across the skies. Still every song he wrote and sung lives on in you and me. Lamentation to those who now are gone. Celebration in us they carry on. And now we gather once again to mourn another brother gone. And we are moved by grief and pain to come back to this place. Yet even here we laugh and sing, we tell his stories, hear his voice. For death still leaves us everything except for his embrace. Lamentation for those who now are gone. Celebration in us we carry on. And I, who was the third in line, my universe is different now. Still what was theirs is not now mine. It stays with them alone. But they are with me every day, and I'll remember what he said. We know we cannot fill his shoes, but we can fill our own. Lamentation for those who now are gone. Celebration in us they carry on. In us they carry on. The last verse, we know I cannot fill his shoes, but we can fill our own. That was a thing my brother James said at Harry's funeral, which was really very strong for me, the younger brother here. And James said, you know, Harry's gone, amazing man, we'll celebrate him. But, you know, we can't fill Harry's shoes, but what we can do is fill our own shoes a little fuller. And that's what you try to do in your life. Thank you, Brother James. Amen. Let's see. So along by this time, we started doing these big my daughters were singing, and Steve and I and his bands and stuff, and we do some benefits and stuff, and we started doing the family concerts. Some folks work as plumbers, some follow the law. An architect with T-square, carpenter with saw. Some are driving semis, some tractor on the land. We grew up with a father who was playing in the band. End up teachers, some sell real estate, some are rabbis, imams, preachers who live to motivate. We're walking in the footsteps of those who've gone before, who lived to play, who showed the way and left an open door. It's an invitation, it's a gathering, friends and relations, voices and strains. It's a celebration, it's a welcoming, a music conversation when the family sings. And sometimes when the stars align, this is what we get to do. To come together in one place and sing a song with you. It's the clan that I was born into, and like your family, we're unique in our dysfunction, but rich in the harmony. It's an invitation, it's a gathering, friends and relations, voices and strains. It's a celebration, it's a welcoming, a music conversation when the family sings. Na 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 na. It's an invitation, it's a gathering, friends and relations, voices and strings. It's a celebration, it's a welcoming, a music conversation when the family sings na 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 when the family sings. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we're coming to the end here, but a couple more things here. What's the time? Yeah. Let's do another banjo one. Not only in the family is they're just humans, but we've had several dogs over the years. And this one was written for Otis. He was only a puppy, 6 weeks or so. We got him one Christmas a long time ago. How long has it been? Thinking back when, if you're counting in dog years, 110. Walking an old dog, it's funny to see. The old dog is thinking that he's walking me. Tied up together, two lives entwined. Who's leading who? Never you mind. We go out walking, sunshine and rain, happy to hold up our end of the chain. If I survive to 110, it's thanks to old dogs and old friends. To go out every day for a run. Now it's a leisurely stroll in the sun, like two old friends all set in our ways, poking along at the end of our days. We go out walking springtime and fall, no longer care who's leading at all. If I survive to 110, it's thanks to old dogs and old friends. And that's how I met you. I was sitting alone, talking about all the dogs that we've known, watching the light fade as summer ends. Nothing compares with old dogs and old friends. We go out walking, rain, sleet, and snow, no longer care who's best in show. If I survive to 110, it's thanks to old dogs and old friends. We go out walking year after year, and I'm so happy that you're still here. If I survive to 110, it's thanks to old dogs and old friends. It's thanks to old dogs and old friends. Thanks to old dogs and old friends. We got a dog who's about to turn, could it be 4 already? Miss Coco. And she's doing real well. Well, the other thing that happened about this along about here was that we had some grandchildren. And Miles was just here over the weekend. He's a freshman at college. Hard to believe. He's 18. But one 7 years ago, both Abigail and Lily were pregnant at the same time. They had little girls, 5 weeks apart. Sai-Kai came by at that time. And we wrote this song. The wind is in the trees on this January morn. There's music on the breeze, for you were almost born. Your grandpa is waiting for you to appear. He's walking through the snow on the first day of the year. He will rock you in his dreams. He will dream you in his sleep. He's made himself a promise. He promises to keep. Your mother is his daughter. He will do his best for you. That's what grandpas do. There's icing on the sidewalk. It cracks beneath his feet. A second daughter's labor sends him walking down the street. This time he's waiting for February's child. The wind turns the corner, looks at him and smiles. He will rock you both in dreams. He will dream you both in sleep. He's made himself a promise. He promises to keep. Your mothers are his daughters. He will do his best for you. That's what grandpas do. Another season turning, it's good to be alive. Wondering how he got to be grandfather to 5. There's 7 now, but this is the time I wrote this song. Another season turning, it's good to be alive. Still wondering how he got to be grandfather to 5. 4 times a father, 3 daughters and a son. The winter ice is melted, the new spring has begun. He will rock you in his dreams. He will dream you in his sleep. He's made himself a promise. He promises to keep. You opened up his heart to voices young and new. That's what grandchildren do for you. That's what grandchildren do. Yes, it's true. That's what grandchildren do. So let's do just 2 more here. Another love song. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. When I try to sort out what's true. Who is it selling? Who is it buying? And who is it that's fooling who? When things aren't the best, the biggest test is keeping faith all the way through. And I know the strongest was lasted the longest is you. Baby, it's you. I was walking my own path, you walking yours. Somehow we met on the road, and we stuck together through all kinds of weather. Unlike most of the people we know, you were the best when things were most stressed. You kept the faith all the way through, and I know the clearest and always the dearest is you. Baby, it's you. Love lasts long, carries on. One is fragile, 2 are strong. strongest is you, baby, it's you. Love lasts long, carries on. What is fragile to us strong when love lasts long. There was fog in the valley on the road to the airport, but we took off right on time. I sat by the window watching the gray world fall away as the little plane climbed the sky. The sun came breaking bright and gold. The sky turned a brilliant blue. I was thinking of the one I love. It's you, baby, it's you. Love lasts long, carries on. What is fragile to us strong when love lasts long, last chance. Love lasts long, carries on. What is fragile to us strong when love lasts long. One is fragile, two are strong. Yeah. So let's finish this up with a song that kind of an ending song. So Chapin calls me one day and says, Tom, I'm kind of working on getting all the stuff that we wrote together published. What's your publishing company? He actually didn't call me up. He emailed, and I wrote back, okay, cool. The Last Music Company. That's my company. And he wrote back, wow, what a great, what a cool, the girl in the other room is saying, I can't get that song. What's happening? But he said, the Last Music Company, I bet there's a really good story there. And I said, actually, the story is that I tried 4 other names, and they kept saying, no, taken. And then this one came out, the Last Music Company. Tried, and it worked, you know. So then Cy sent me a lyric, like the first verse of this. He says, your turn. Where have they gone, these friends that I loved, who over the years meant so much to me? Their faces drift by as I wait by the door of the Last Music Company, hoping and watching for them to appear. I am lost in the sweet mist of memory. Time stands as still as a night with no moon at the Last Music Company. My friends and my family still hold up my heart as each loss brings my world to its knees, and I seek out a refuge in the workshop of song at the Last Music Company. I have worked at this table with many a good friend, catching up as we partnered a new melody with a story and rhyme that might make it sometime to the Last Music Company. There's no distance that love can't erase. In a lifetime of memories, I've carved out a place to to remember your voice and the smile on your face, the last music company. Where have they gone? Where do we go when we come to the end of the pathway laid out for you and me? May we summon the courage and grace for to face the last music company. There's no distance that love can't erase. In a lifetime of memories I've carved out a place to remember your voice and the smile on your face, the last music company. Where have they gone, these friends that I love, who over the years meant so much to me? I remember your voice and the smile on your face, the last music company, the last music company. I think maybe another song might be in order here, which is in this world which has gotten so dangerous all of a sudden. And let's sing a song that I wrote a while back. Friends, thanks for being here with me tonight, and hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I get to see you soon. Go on my website, tomchapin.com. There's lots of interesting things we're playing now. Yes, I do. I was never one to raise my hand, take a stand, upset the plan, but the child has grown into a man. Now the times have changed. I was content to go along, sing the safe, the careful song, trusting right would vanquish wrong. Oh, the times have changed. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. Gets worse, so do the lies. They hide the bodies from our eyes, thinking we won't realize we have the power to change. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. Children cry, mothers weep, been having trouble going to sleep as Brave young souls lie buried deep. Now the times have changed. I sing for peace now. I made a vow to reach for higher ground. I sing for peace now. Peace is how we'll turn the world around. Sing for peace, sing for peace, turn the world around. Work for peace, turn the world around. Vote for peace, turn the world around. Pray for peace, turn the world around. March for peace, turn the world around. Sing for peace, turn the world around. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I hope the world gets a little saner as we go along here. And thanks so much for hearing all these songs of various parts of the path I've been treading for the last 78 years. And hope to see you soon. And stay well.